But if somebody wanted to be a lap dancer, wanted to make a living lap dancing, wanted to be an exotic dancer, they could start at pole dancing class or not?
No,
or is it specific?
I would give them a private lesson because it's very different. It's very different doing a dance for a stranger than it is doing a dance for someone you love, or doing a dance just for yourself, just for confidence and for fitness.
Sure.
Very, very different things. So we do train exotic dancers, but more on a private lesson basis.
Right.
Our general classes are women of all walks of life.
What's a beginning class?
Oh, well, I mean,
pole
we have
dancing. Where do you start?
Pole 101.
Pole 101.
Pole 101.
Okay.
Yes.
And what does that mean? A few sit-ups, touch your toes?
It means one foot is always on the ground. So it's such a great exercise because every time you do a spin, you get this really long stretch. You're holding onto the pole and you're using your own body weight for resistance. So it really helps your muscles stay long and lean. So it's a great exercise for women because you don't get bulky. Right, but you can still gain a lot of strength.
I do a lot of Pilates on the reformers, and it's the same thing, and it stretches you, and it brings your shoulders down, and it
better for posture.
Strengthens your core.
Yes, exactly.
And you don't sweat much. I like that.
Well, in the beginning, you don't sweat a lot in pole either. I mean, sweating and pole dancing isn't a really great combination because, of course, you don't want to slide off. So, you know, as you gain your strength, as you go up in the levels, because we have 6 levels. And you get used to it. Of course, some people sweat a little bit more in the beginning, but you know, you just gradually get stronger and stronger, and then in level 3, then we take you upside down. So it's very gradual.
And do you have a net or anything? We have spotters spotting.
And we have mats.
Always have a spotter when you're doing anything. As you know, in gymnastics, you have somebody spotting you. If you're on a trampoline, somebody spotting you in case you
all of our instructors are BCRPA certified.
Certified.
So I'm very, very strict on making sure that safety is our #1 concern.
Okay, and preparing for a competition, I know you compete. Tell me what happens there.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure if you've seen some competitive pole dancing, but it is, I mean, it draws more from Chinese pole, so it draws more from circus. The athleticism is crazy, and these girls train just the same as any other athlete. I mean, months into it, they diet, they exercise, they train, they get competition ready, and there is competitions all over the world.
I've seen competitive weightlifting, and they're all tanned and greased and all of
There's
that.
no grease in pole dancing.
No grease in pole dancing, but you know what I mean? They glisten.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, and it's not only big for women, but it's becoming huge for men. So there is, there's actually even a Facebook page called Kings of the Pole. There's 500 members, and it's all men. It's all male pole dancers.
Who judges?
Usually it's pole stars.
International level,
yeah,
other stars.
Other pole stars. So Stephen Retchless, who was on America's Got Talent, he was amazing, and we're hoping to have him judge our next Miss Pole Dance Canada competition.
Are you coordinating that?
I do. I do every year. I don't compete anymore.
No.
No, I just organize the
Don't say you're...
I'm not. No.
The best before date.
I'm not. I could still continue.
Because that means I'm finished.
No. I could still compete in pole dancing if I wanted to, but I would rather organize the competitions now and give, you know, it's sad but true, but you know, the 20-somethings, they have an edge, and especially when they're coming from gymnastics backgrounds.
Well, that flexibility.
Or cheerleading backgrounds, not unlike yourself.
I know. I admit it. I was one.
Yeah, well, but I should have brought the pole.
Well, you know, once
I bet you could do something.
I don't think so. But once you have done a high kick, or the splits, you can pretty much always do it. I don't know what stretched when I was 16, but something, because I can still do a high kick with too much to drink. And, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, you
generally.
Can. Sometimes you lose it a little bit, you know, but a little bit of stretching, and it's
as you know,
back up there.
many people have shorter fiber muscles, and cannot touch their toes. Never could.
Never, and never will be. No.
No, and one of the tricks for somebody like me, I've got the long arms. So you've got the long arms, the long body, way easier for me. Right. What about in pole dancing? A tall person, a short person, a little tiny.
You know,
gymnastic
obviously not going to lie, and we're talking about 2 different things here. We're talking about pole dancing for fitness and then pole dancing for competition.
Right.
And pole dancing for fitness, anybody can do it. Pole dancing for competition, of course, the lighter you are, the easier it is to get yourself up on that pole. So it's very similar to gymnastics. And just like a gymnast, short, compact, strong.
Right, because to do a backward flip when you're gangly is not that easy.
It's not.
As you probably know.
It's not.
We tried, but not so graceful.
Yeah.
The club scene in this town now, what's happening? I know that Brandy's still going.
Brandy's is still going.
And males
it's under new ownership,
and females.
so Brandy is not the owner.
Also a different
It is a different
scene.
owner.
But men and women go. It's a mixed
Usually
room.
it's half and half. If not, like on a Saturday night, you'll see giant groups of women. It'll be lots of bachelorette parties. Now, you know, I retired from dancing a long time ago, but of course we still go on field trips because as much as we're trying to get pole dancing, you know, for people to see it as a fitness and not so much as for strippers only.
Right.
One of the places you're guaranteed to see a pole dancer is in a strip bar. So, you know, so we do go there for our field trips. And
if someone is at the top of her game, erotic dancer, exotic dancer, what kind of money can a woman make or a man make for there? Because there's male exotic dancers.
I think the male
what are we looking
stripping
at?
industry is slowly fading out, though. It's definitely different. But as far as females go, like I said, you know, I retired a long time ago, but I still train exotic dancers, and it varies so much. I couldn't even put a price on it because, again, there's lap dancers, there's feature dancers. Some do both. Some travel. Some do it locally. There's hardly any tips in BC. There's lots in Alberta, so it just varies.
You mean tips from
customers?
Customers. They don't tip in BC so much as Alberta.
Not at all. No. When I worked in BC and I worked in Alberta, and yeah, Alberta's different. I think maybe it's lots of riggers and lots of oil workers,
and they've been away.
They've been away, so
they've been away. Yeah. It's like we had more loggers in Vancouver. Same. They've been away from their wives and their girlfriends, and you know how that goes.
Absolutely.
Is that a sparkler on your finger?
It is a sparkler on my finger. Yeah.
It's a beauty.
Yes, it's new. It's November was engaged.
Really?
Yes, to
my. How lovely! And you have a lovely young daughter.
Yes. Yeah.
How great!
It took 8 years and one daughter for him to finally ask. But
I see, but he asked.
But he did, so I'm happy.
And he bought a nice ring. Yes. So 10th Annual Taboo Sex Show, Vancouver Convention Center, you'll be there. Will you be dancing or will you be coordinating?
I will be performing on stage, and I will also be coordinating the Miss Pole Dance, the first Miss Pole Dance Taboo competition. Yes, so there'll be a competition happening.
Okay, age limit?
Yes.
Oh.
No, I mean, you have to be over 18.
Okay,
there's no maximum though.
But there's
so
no
you're
maximum. I'm in. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Nice to see you. Tammy Morris, 10th Annual Taboo Sex Show. That's this weekend, January 19th, tomorrow night, until January 22nd.